What's good, YouTube? Back again with another video helping you sell Amazon FBA. Today I'm going to be going over some of the keys that you need to know when you're outsourcing and looking for products. If you're new to my channel, I have a ton of other videos I've put out. I'll link some of the old ones up here above. And if you have been around before, then you know what this is about. So today I'm going to be going over the 3 key features there is to looking if a product is worth selling on Amazon. Of course, the first one is going to be if the item is profitable. 2 is going to be if it sells or not. And 3 is going to be if Amazon is on it. And that's only going to be for non-book items. So I'm going to have a couple items here that I'm going to scan, a book and a non-book item. And I'm going to go over all the logistics and everything that works for that so that you know what sells and what does not. When you're out scouting, is you want to be using the seller app. Like I've gone over before, you can get this app. It is for free. You just have to have a seller's account. You can get a seller's account for free, and I've gone over that before. So once you're on here and you're understanding to use it, you can scan for products, you can search for it. Personally, it's a lot easier if you just hit this picture button here and you can scan the UPC. We're gonna go over this book I have sitting around the office here first. Now that I have the book, we found it. I'm going to click on the book. You can see it has a rank in the top in its category. We're going to go used. It's a used book, and we can see its profitability. Reason it's sitting in the office, you see right here, it is not profitable, even if this book was free. Now I'm going to show you how it breaks down. This is how it's set up. You can click on that, and it's going to give you the breakdown of what it's currently, the lowest it's currently selling for, how much it's going to cost to ship to Amazon, and then you can put how much it costed you to buy. So it probably costs $1 if you buy it at a thrift store, or maybe less. But that's how you can add that in and see if it's profitable. As this book right here, it's negative 179, and that's not always true. I know with books you can actually get a higher amount if you sell at FBA. So you can go in here, as you can see, it said 1226, and we can put that in here. Oh, wrong numbers. 1226. And at 1226, you'd actually make 381, and that would be a good buy. But now that we see the offers down here, and there's a ton of $5 offers, I would not suggest this as a book for anyone to buy. But that is how it's breakdown to see if a book or item is profitable. Next, we're going to look at rank. Rank's something that you need to understand, but it's not something you need to overemphasize. As you can see here, it's 1,269,350 in books. So what does that mean? All of Amazon's items are ranked from 1 to whatever the most amount is in that category. So I have here is garlic press seller, and this is whatever the latest amount of items or ranks there was in a certain category broken down for you so you can understand what it is. So in books, there's just over 64 million different listings that are ranked in that category. Now in general, you want to stay in the top 5%. So as you can see, that's just over 3 million. So we're easily within the top 3% with this book. Now the thing about this is it's not set in stone. Ranks change all the time, because if an item sells, it's going to spike up and it'll go down. So you want to actually just see the selling history of an item to know if it's going to sell or not. Something can be ranked high and it just got listed, or something can be ranked low because it's been out of stock. There's a lot of things that vary. So if you just base off of ranks, you may miss out on profit, or you could possibly be losing money because of something you bought. If you don't have any other software, it is a good thing to start out with. But again, it's not something I base on, and I would try to switch over to using Keepa, which I'm going to show you here, as soon as possible. Now Keepa, if you have an Android, you're able to get this app. The Keepa app I have on my phone. You can do the same thing. We're going to hit that scan on the top there, and we're going to go down, and we're going to see. Now, quick breakdown on here. You can see it says orange is Amazon. Purple is what the new cost is. The top line there is going to be, there actually is no buy box. It's going to be a pink line, and then the black line is the used price, which is so low you can't even actually see it. And the main thing we want to look at here is the sales rank. Every time that it spikes, as you can see it's squiggly, that means that there's a sale. So it's good to see this right here. This is what a good Keepa chart looks like. If you have anything less than this, if it's looking pretty straight, because then it's not selling very much. As you can see, this is broken down in the last year. You can break it down even more if you want. We can go last 3 months. It sold 2, 4, about 6 times in the last 3 months. So it's a decent selling item, and this is how you break it down. Now, you can actually get Keepa for free. It will just not have the sales rank, which is the important part for it. It's about $17 a month. In my opinion, this is probably the best first investment you can get when you start going into Amazon, so you understand if an item sells or not, as well as it can sell. You can see the sale history, if an item is inflated or not, if you scanned it before. So that's pretty much the breakdown if you're doing used books. We're not going to worry too much if Amazon is selling something, as that's the other thing I listed on there. If Amazon is selling an item, it may not be the best thing to be selling. This goes more into if you're selling new products, because you're going to be competing directly with Amazon. With used books, you're not competing directly with Amazon. So we're going to go back to the seller app, and I'm going to scan another item I have sitting in the office. Same thing, scan the barcode. So we have this Jam hang around portable waterproof speaker. That's the item. Again, we can check. We have the sales rank up there in the top, and then profitability. So after fees, it comes out to about $54.78. So it costs about 40 cents to ship to Amazon. So $54.38. Depending on what you paid for it, you could possibly, make over 100%. I believe I paid $20 for it. So plug that in there. You make it $34 off of 20. Good investment. That's what I'm talking about on here. So Amazon's not selling it. The reason I was talking about Amazon, if they are a competitor, is because Amazon tends to not like to share the buy box, which can be an issue. If you're not able to get the buy box, you are not able to make as many sales, because most people just go in there and they're going to click the yellow buy now buy box, as that's the easiest thing that people do. That's the reason that people shop on Amazon, is because it is easily accessible. Now, again, if you want to take a look, we're in electronics at about 4,000. So as you can see right here, there's just over 38 million. At 4,000, we're in the top 1%. So this item looks like it sells pretty well. Go ahead and check it on Keepa, because we want to make sure it sells as well. We want to make sure that price is accurate, because we could be buying something that usually sells for less. So as we go on here, as we can see, it is every once in a while actually is sold by Amazon, and the price is slightly inflated compared to what it's sold for before. We're going to go back to 2 years, so it is a little higher. As we click in here, you can see it sold for just a little over 45. As well as you go, it did occasionally sell for 60. Those spikes you can see in there means it does sell pretty frequently. And I would assume, this is one thing that I've noticed recently, is sometimes they suppress these sale ranks like that. So I would just assume that it continued to sell roughly the same amount as it's done like this. So as you can see on the bottom down here, this second row, and there's another row, it actually breaks down how the rank has changed in the actual root category, because there's more subcategories than what there just is for the main electronics category. So as you can see, it's actually spiking down there. So I know this item's still selling, even though it's suppressed on the top one. Data, what I was talking about earlier, you can see here, you can hit buy box statistics. Once it loads, now you can see a percentage of how often everyone on here sells this. So if Amazon's on it, it would tell you how often Amazon gets the buy box. So when you see it shared like this decently, it tends to be a good product that you could put on there, and that will sell. If Amazon was on there and it said 99% of the time, it's not an item you want to buy, because you're not going to be able to sell it. Now, from there, that's pretty much the breakdown of what it comes to knowing if an item is going to sell or not. if it's profitable, if it's worth buying when you're out scanning things. And the biggest thing is, I would say, just scan everything. You never know what you're going to come across and what you're going to be able to sell, what you're not. And if an item's restricted, it'll pop up on here and you can actually just apply. Once you've been selling stuff long enough, you can just get auto-ungated. So hopefully that is good information that helps you go out there and start scanning items to get started on Amazon. We continue putting more content out. Stay tuned.